psychologists are the same with your trick questions.
If you were paying attention to her, you would have realized that she went off to find another friend of hers. Someone named Wilbert.
Are you saying Rosalie is cheating on me? She would never leave me and go looking for Wilbert. She said it's over between the two of them.
But weren't you listening to her just now?
I don't need to listen to her to know what's going on. And I most certainly don't need to listen to you either. So you had better stop meddling in my love life.
But, Reginald, I think your relationship with Rosalie is built on a lie. You cannot go on living in a fantasy world.
All right, that's it. No one will tell me when I can or cannot live in a fantasy world. No one will tell me that my relationship is built on a lie, especially not some geeky-looking TV psycho who's never had a real relationship of her own.
Now, Reginald, there's no need to be angry or violent.
Oh, angry and violent? I'm not going to get violent. I'm just going to smash your face in and then compliment you for how big of an improvement it is.
I have something I want to show you.
Oh, Wilbert.
I'm only here with Nettie because I thought you didn't love me anymore.
Oh, Wilbert, I'm only here with Reginald because I thought you didn't love me anymore.
How could you think that? Don't you remember the half taco I gave you the last time we were at Taco Hut?
Yes, that was very sweet. But I was afraid to read into it too much. I thought maybe you just had indigestion.
Indigestion, GERD, and stomach acid has never, ever prevented me from eating a taco. but you changed all that. So that's why I took one big bite and gave the rest to you. See?
Oh, Wilbert.
Wait a minute, what are you doing here?
Ladies and gentlemen, you will be pleased to know that the coup d'etat is over. I have used whatever means necessary to secure the loyalty of those Roman soldiers. The stage is being cleared. The wings are secured. And Dr. Jill is having a conversation with the local police. And Caesar. Well, I do believe that Caesar is back to being the ambitious, Republican-smashing, egotistical emperor that we all know and love. So while we're getting ready backstage, why don't we take a 15-minute break? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you back here soon. Thank you for sticking with us. It is a true testament to your stamina, or else your dull sense to recognize impending doom. Whatever the case, we will once again attempt to bring you
很棒，因为我要拉2个人加进来，所以我就要重来。因为有2个人刚刚到，所以我们重来。OK。
Once our technical difficulties have been solved.
笛子，当你来到这边的时候啊。
They were angry and violent, and so I did something that I rarely like to do. The timeout chair intervention. It lets everyone cool down.
Did you have to do it on stage? Januarius, I thought I told you you can't keep people out of here.
I'm sorry, sir. But I had a pet duck as a child.
What?
The duck's name was Betsy. Every morning I would come out of my house and little Betsy would wander right up to me, put her beautiful green neck on my thigh. Betsy!
Januarius, what does that have to do with...
Patience! Betsy and the chickens would always fight. My daddy warned me that if I didn't keep peace between the ducks and chickens, that they would kill each other and eat each other. One day I was careless. I left the chicken pen door open and little Betsy wandered right in. It was a slaughter. A foul civil war. When I came home from school, they had all gone in a big red truck. My daddy said they were all dead. They killed each other. I never forgave myself. From that day on, I just can't stand to see quarreling. Don't push him, Director. He's not ready for a breakthrough yet. If you push him too soon, it could be dangerous.
You're all mad. Mad as a wet hen. Chickens and ducks don't kill each other.
Don't say it.
Your father slaughtered them all, and you ate them.
Take it back. I'll kill you. I warned him. So, how are you all doing? Cooling down? I know this seems harsh, but it is necessary. I'll get back to you very soon. What about you? You've been awfully quiet.
All this introspection has made me wonder about my life.
Tell me about it.
I was taken from my parents when I was just a baby. I was trained to be a warrior. I was one of the 300 who stood at the pass of Thermopylae and repulsed the Persians back.
That's interesting, but there is someone I would like you to meet. Dr. Harrison. Dr. Harrison is one of the world's leading historians. Could you fill us in on what might be the problem with this soldier story?
Certainly. He's dressed as a Roman. A very poorly dressed one, I might add. But he speaks as if he was a Spartan from a much earlier time. But you're a Roman, not a Spartan.
Well, maybe I am Spartacus.
No, Spartacus was a Greek slave, but you are Roman.
Then why did the Romans come and take me away from my parents as a small lad of 2? And they made me learn the art of fighting.
No, those were the Spartans, but you cannot be a Spartan.
You mean that wasn't supposed to happen?
No. I think you were kidnapped.
Kidnapped? All this time I thought I was kidnapped? Who would do such a thing? I mean, I remember a vineyard burning, a house destroyed. I remember standing in a Colosseum. I remember the chariot race where Judah
No,
Ben-Hur.
you have it all wrong, soldier.
I remember a girl. She slapped me and pinned me down and was beat up by a girl.
No, that was very much reality.
I think I see what's going on here. You hide your hurt in fiction. It's much easier to project yourself into film. It's denial that's hurting you. You need to admit to yourself that you were beaten up by a girl. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
I'm Petronius. A girl cannot defeat me.
That's denial.
Okay, maybe under certain circumstances. Perhaps at one time there may have been a girl who may have slapped me around. Petronius.
That's minimization. You're trying to make it into no big deal, but you have to acknowledge its importance.
Okay. She hit me. I fell. It was a big deal, but it wasn't my fault. I tripped. There was a banana peel on the ground and I tripped. And Paulus was supposed to protect
That's
me.
projection. You're blaming others when all you have to blame is yourself.
Blast it, boy! I don't know what she is talking about, but you are a soldier of Rome. You're the peak of civilization. Even if you weren't kidnapped as a child or beaten up by that pathetic girl over there.
Yeah, that's right. What can you do to me now, huh? That didn't scare me. I'm the peak of civilization. I have a numeral named after me. What do you have?
Petronius, I think you need to face your nightmare. Paulus, can you untie everyone? Except Ned. I want Petronius to untie her. I think they're ready to settle their differences. Are you? Very well.
Are you a man or a mouse?
Nothing to be ashamed of, my fine man. There's nothing a hug won't cure. Now come, let us discuss this mouse of yours.
Wow, Dr. Jill, you are very knowledgeable. You handle Petronius with great expertise.
I've been called to help people. Whatever the setting, I am willing to go the distance.
Well, we sure learned our lesson, right, everyone?
You are the best, Dr. Jill. That's very kind of you to say. And if you tune into my show, which is every Monday through Friday, 4:30 on Channel 11, you can see more of Dr. Jill. But I think maybe we've taken up enough of our fine director's time, who's been so gracious to share the stage with us tonight. So, let's see if we've all learned our lessons. I believe we must start with you, Wilbert. What has the silence taught you?
Well, I've been hanging out with Nettie a lot lately, so I'm not very used to silence. I can see how it is rather insensitive of me to tattoo Rosalie on my arm at the same time I was dating Nettie. I can see where she could get the wrong idea.
That's logical.
However, I must say that the wrong idea is the right idea. I mean, I do love Rosalie, and she had a half taco to prove it.
You let her eat half of your taco?
So, do you owe someone an apology?
Rosalie, I'm sorry I did the taco first. Next time, I'll let you bite it first.
No, Wilbert, I think you may have slightly misunderstood my meaning.
Nettie, I'm sorry for not loving you. I still think you're a swell girl and all.
That's okay. Thanks, cousin. Just standing here in front of you, Dr. Jill, has made me feel a whole lot better. We can still hang out Thanksgiving, right?
And go possum hunting?
Yes.
Wait, you two are cousins? That's just sick. Doc, you've got to sign them two off the counselor.
Rosalie,
Yes, Wilbert?
would you like to go down to Jefferson High and see the rest of Oklahoma?
Yes, I would very much. Do you think we can stop at Taco Hut on the way home?
I love this woman. You have any money?
I have $4.